Hi Scorpios, welcome to your September 2018 monthly readings. So hopefully I can get these shorter. They haven't been shorter. I don't know. I might for the other videos change the way I'm doing it just because I do need I'm time restricted here. Oh, look at that. A card fell. It's the Three of Wands. I think you guys got that last month. I'll put it back in the deck. I didn't even notice that. So I'm going to be using some animal wisdom cards. I got them months ago. I bought them because like I've studied a lot of animals, spiritual meaning of animals, and I just thought they were. I got them from Virgos, really. But when I got the deck, I realized I knew nothing. It was like my mind was blown. It was like, man, all this information that I've taken in, I know nothing. Where life's full of irony. The card you guys got was sheep. So it says female family unity, patterns, gentleness, togetherness, affection, innocence, camaraderie, and warmth. So, and they got a sewing machine. I don't know why that reminded me of my grandma, because my family's Portuguese, and the one thing Portuguese people know how to do, they like come out of the womb knowing how to sew. It's funny. It's true though. It really is. Where I actually met this person on it was by work. Um and that's funny because the Three of Wands, like you'll be showing things with the Three of Wands specifically in this deck. Okay, it's spirit showing you things. And it was just a random person I had met. They needed directions to like a bus stop, so I was giving them directions, and suddenly like my mind was also blowing. Like I didn't know what was happening, what was going on. I had like a stealth face, but inside I was like, oh my God, what's happening right now? But this person actually just came back from St. Miguel, where my family's from, the islands of Portugal, the Azores, also known like as the Mystic Islands. And they were talking about in Portugal, he lost the button to his shirt, and like suddenly he had like five Portuguese women, all like with a needle and thread willing to sew it back on for him because he was like quite upset about it that his button fell off, and I thought that was hysterical. There was a whole lot more to that, why I was blown away, but that one part I thought was hysterical. Where so in the book, because like I said, I don't really know anything, where so I'm gonna go to the expert, which is the book. For the sheep, it says amble and easygoing. The sheep has little need to flex his own ego and is happiest just participating. The sheep's wisdom is a simple message: know when to lead and when to follow. So you may have a lesson about ego here. I'm gonna use this deck actually. I'll use that for clarification. So if you're a female, this is talking about getting close to your family members. All right. My brother's actually a Scorpio. Scorpios are like gentle. I was gonna say gentle giants. I don't know why, but they can be. They have a very harsh persona to the outside world. But I know, like my brother personally, like when people see him, they think that he's like mean or aggressive just by his appearance. Right? He looks like he's Mexican. Everybody's all like, "Hey, Mexicano!" And my brother, he gets so mad, where, because he's Portuguese, where, but my brother is a big softie with his sisters. He's also highly fashionable. All right, like I'm not even gonna lie. Where my brother, like, growing up, whenever I was going out, I would always ask my brother, and my brother would always give me an honest opinion. Highly fashionable man. He's even like he buys me clothes sometimes. He's very generous. Buys me clothes sometimes, and they're just they fit, they look good. He also calls me up when he like needs to make a decision about fashion. Like, oh, I love my brother, you guys. But he's really a sweetheart with his sisters. He actually told my mom the other day, because Christmas is coming up, that yeah, my sisters have no expense, right? Like whatever they want. So Scorpios are very generous, especially with those that are in their inner circle. Like, but this is talking about knowing when to take charge, and then knowing when to step back, okay, and allow others to take charge. Listening, it's being a listener, okay, like because Scorpios can get very protective over the people that they care about, and that will cause them to push forward when they really don't need to, out of protection, right? They're like, nobody's gonna mess with my what's mine or the people I care about, like, and they will tell people to back off. All right, like it's endearing. It really is. Or this is like your inner child coming out as well, going out and playing. Some of you could be highly creative, like maybe you're fashion designers or something like that, right? Okay, this could be like talking about like sewing your own curtains even. They're really easy to do if you're just starting off sewing. Curtains are like the easiest thing that you can make, you know, like these curtains here, super easy to make, all right? It has like, you can't see it because of the lighting, but it's like a sheer flowered background in the back. Super easy to make those things. It's not even expensive. Okay, you can go to like the fabric stores and they have a discount section of sections of like rolls of material that they no longer sell, or cutoffs of them, and you can use those. Even pillowcases, if you're just starting out, super easy to make those as well. Okay, maybe some of you guys, I'm seeing a quilt. Like, is that what they call them? It's like, so if you're a child, okay, like, because this is talking about feminine power, and your mother is older and you're like 30 or something like that. Ooh, I'm getting choked up a little bit, like in the throat. This is talking about taking like the old baby clothes that you guys all used to have and perhaps cutting them out. I think that's a quilt, right? Like where there's patches of different materials, and making a blanket for your mother of all of the stuff that you had. This is also talking about, uh, if you're a male, it's talking about feminine power, and we all have masculine and feminine, so it's talking about being caring. And again, Scorpios are really caring people. I know quite a few male Scorpios. Even the ones that put on the strongest persona, they are like softies on the inside, you guys. They really are. Like one is donating. He has like the harshest persona, that like don't approach me type thing, or don't F with me type persona. But like he went on a trip, he met some kids in a school, and like he came back to work, and he was all like, whoever has clothes, you know, for children, I'm gonna send it back to these kids. Where he's big softy, you guys. I mean, he puts on a good show, but he's big softy. So it's talking about small things like that. You have the Ace of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, not the greatest card, you guys. This is talking about being stabbed in the back. You have the Seven of Cups. That is a Scorpio card. I believe it's a Venus in Scorpio card. So this could have to do with love. Some of you feel betrayed in love. Okay, some of you, what I'm getting is like father issues. So this is like abandonment issues that is blocking your heart from connecting with other people. Like you may be scared to get close to people. All right, so you like you pick partners that somehow that you have control over, or that you know that you have more power than they do. Okay, so it's like if you were offered a partner that you don't have power with, okay, which means you have to be completely vulnerable with them and be who you are. You wouldn't pick that partner because you wouldn't be in control. And unfortunately, Scorpio, in love, love is not something you can control. You can't control who it happens with. The only thing you can control is whether you accept it or not. So, but what I'm getting is ensure that you're not bypassing up an opportunity just out of fear. Okay. The Knight of Swords could be bringing a message of betrayal forward. Like they have clarity about backstabbing, is what I'm getting. Okay? Or Scorpio, you could be the one doing this to somebody else. Some of you are burdened. With the Ace of Wands, this is like I get Merlin with this card. It's like when Merlin goes and talks to the dragon. All right, like, and again, when he talks to the dragon, he doesn't. The dragon gives him information, but he doesn't understand it while it's happening. He understands it afterwards, or in the moment when he needs knowledge, he can then gain clarity and apply it. Okay, you have a wizard here, which does remind me of Merlin. Okay, so there's magic that's going to happen here. There's Some sort of past betrayal is what I'm getting. For all of you, different. Okay, it could have been business. It could have been a friendship. It could have been a love romance. It could be childhood. I was going to say traumas, but childhood issues. Okay, of separation of some sort or betrayal that has caused you to be hardened over. And then for others of you, it's like you're at a distance from somebody that you love, like perhaps a child or somebody that you, it's saying that you need to take the journey to go see them. I would feel like this is a female child though, because you do have the sheep here. All right. Okay. Sheep also, you can herd sheep. I don't know why I just said that, but like, uh, by being compassionate and listening, you can actually accomplish a lot more than by being aggressive or allowing the ego. Okay, so just know that. It's like you got to be careful of being exhausted. I'm also getting that. Okay, the Knight of Swords. That's like harsh communication. Uh, Knight of Swords got a bad rep, you guys. I don't like following stereotypes, but they bring clarity, okay? And they're the fastest movers in the zodiac sign. So that's an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. They're the fastest movers. Okay, you have fire here, so it could be a Libra. All right, because Venus is very tumultuous. Doesn't necessarily have to be a swords character though, an air sign. It can be, you know, a lot of signs take on that quality. Okay, a Scorpio can take on that quality. Well, all water signs can take on the Knight of Swords quality when they've hardened over. Okay, through past betrayal and stuff like that, they can become very harsh. All right, Leos can take on this energy when they're ticked off. Sagittarius take on this energy very well because they're just blunt. Just blunt and straight to the point, all right? Aries can take on this energy too. Aries are more so action-oriented, though, all right? Like, they're very action-oriented. Like, if somebody tells them no, they just go out and do it. But, like, this might not even be you. You could have people coming to you that are talking about betrayals, all right? And if that's the case, well, then you kind of want to get near Sag's readings the past 2 months is they can see, all right? And Scorpio, because Jupiter's in Scorpio, you have that same ability. Nothing's going to get past a Sag or a Scorpio, okay? Like they both have the ability to see, but Sag is because they've dealt with Saturn, they're a little more settled right now, right? Like they're not going to make quick calls, right? They want to be, they don't want to go through the same lessons as they did with Saturn. You have the Sun card here, so you do have illumination coming, enlightenment coming. You have some sort of clarity that's going to come. Okay, so any blockages, okay, you're going to be able to move past it. You also have 2 kids here, right? They look like twins. All right. But again, your children could have some importance to you. Maybe some of you are grandparents. You want to see your grandchild. Or this could be talking about you as a Scorpio spending time with your parents and having fun like you were a child, right? Taking them out, showing them new experiences. Just because they're older doesn't mean that they can't have new experiences, right? It is a Leo energy, though. You have travel here. You have the Ace of Cups. Ooh. It's an emotional, you're going to be feeling really good emotionally. Like, opportunities are going to be coming to you. Creativity is going to be coming to you. Anything that was negative, you'll be showing light on that situation. But what it's asking you to do is to step back and observe. You definitely want to observe this month. Okay? Any ideas that you have, you can proceed forward with it. Okay, but what the warning I'm getting here is, like, if you're too happy-go-lucky, like too what's the word? Too excited or anything like that, then you may make wrong choices. You want to be very grounded, okay? Like, you don't want to make decisions when you're happy, like, because you could be making promises that you can't keep, right? Because you're all caught up in the emotions, right? So you want to ensure that there is fun here happening. And then you got the Knight of Wands. Ooh. Okay, well, the Ten of Swords is sitting on the Knight of Wands. And you got the King of Swords. So this could be you guys. It could be somebody you know. Okay, the King of Swords, he's an intellect. Highly intellectual. This guy can show mirrors. So he can show reflections of a person's self. So this is like, you'll be given information. You're gonna see right through people. I'm getting that clearly. You're just gonna see right through people. All right, like, so they're you're gonna have to be very analytical. You're gonna have to think things through clearly, not from an emotional standpoint. Okay, you're gonna have to think things through clearly. You're gonna have to have all the facts, the details, before you can proceed forward. Okay, there's a Knight of Wands with the Ten of Swords. This person's burdened. All right, they've been backstabbed, betrayed. They're very much no shenanigans though, because they can see they're looking away from the Ace of Cups, and with the Sun card there is they have enlightenment. Okay, so they can see, again, if it's a Sag, they can see things clearly. All right, they can see the inner demons in people. Where so a King of Swords is like an agent, though. He's definitely somebody usually that wears a uniform, okay? And what kind of uniform that is, it's different. So it could be somebody like military, could be a doctor, could be somebody in the health profession, like a kinesiologist. You have the Eight of Wands, that's Sag Mercury card. That's okay. You're going to have a lot happening very quickly, a lot of messages, a lot of people coming at you, a lot of things to do. And what the cards are saying is that you may need an advisor, really, because the King of Swords is the, like I said, an agent, an advisor, a lawyer. It's somebody you come to with all the details, and they can give you clarity. They're protectors. They are protectors. Swords characters have foresight. Okay, but they cannot protect you unless they have all the details, because there could be some facts that you're missing. So there needs to be clarity. He doesn't make a move until things are clear to him, until he has all the details, because he's well aware that people have their own intentions, right? So there's some patterns here that you want to break. You did have ego that came through. That is with the Sun card. Leo is very ego, right? I got a Leo moon. I know about that. My Leo moon makes me feel more like Eddie Murphy, though. All right, because it's my moon sign, so it's highly entertaining, you know. Like, and I got an Aquarius, Mars, and Venus, so it's like polar opposites, you know, or they're partner signs too. Where there's good times happening here, though. But somebody may come to you with emotions. I'm getting travel. So some of you could go on a vacation, even if it's a weekend vacation. That could be happening with your children, or to go see somebody in your pack. So, like, that could be really good friends that have become family. It could be cousins. It could be sisters, brothers. It could be daughters, grandchildren, mothers, fathers. It's saying that you want to get near people that are in your pack or from the same tribe as you. All right. I want to see what the Ten of Swords is about. Because you do want to be aware that if you're too passionate, it can cause betrayal. Like, you could sabotage yourself. All right. And you also want to be aware of harshness. It's either you or somebody around you, of harshness sabotaging you. There's healing here, okay? You have the Eight of Cups and Justice that came out, so there is a Libra energy here. Okay, the Justice card is also somebody born on December the 11th. That's their card. Okay, so this is like evening out the scales. Somebody walked away due to a betrayal. All right, and the scales need to be, the scales were evened out. All right, so it's like karma was at play, where there's a Libra here that's like a Libra energy that's like, I don't know how to describe it, like what I'm feeling and seeing. It's like, I heard no, don't go, uh, or like come back, one or the other. But this betrayal, this person's walked away, because the Ten of Swords is the ultimate betrayal. I'm also seeing somebody being strung along like a puppet, right? Like, because I'm seeing like puppet strings and movements happening here. So you want to ensure that people aren't using you uh, like a puppet, okay? You might be used to bring fairness, but what it's getting is like, you got to have compassion when you do this, and you got to be patient when you do it, and you got to remove your ego, and that can be pretty hard with the Sun card here, or that could be pretty hard with the Ace of Wands and the Sun card. It's like passions and desires getting out of hand. So what you need to know is that you are going to be showing enlightenment. You are going to have ideas. You're going to be able to proceed forward with them. All right. What you need to show is that you're clear, decisive, and you're willing to take the actions necessary, but you're using your mind to you're doing things on an intellectual level. You're not making these judgment calls based on I'm trying to find the proper words. It's like, I don't want to use the wrong terms here. What you need to show is that you're decisive, okay? That you're willing to move forward, and you're not scared of new beginnings, okay? You also need to show that you're clear, decisive, and direct. Like, you need to be direct, right? Like, you need to, this is truth seeking too, right? Not afraid of knowing the truth. You also need to show emotions more, all right? Like, taking, because of the Knight of Swords being so direct, okay? This is like somebody who, instead of asking you to do something, they tell you, all right? Like, so you want to get your emotions under control, because that could be causing your reactions, and the instead of thinking clearly, like, and using your intellect, you're emotionally responding. Okay, so that's what you need to show, is that you're using your brain more, and you're being decisive about things. You're coming at it from an intellectual point of view. You're not making emotional decisions. You're not making passion decisions. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm just gonna take a drink here. Okay, and what you need to grow, well, we have justice here, all right? I always hear like the Law and Order theme come up. What you need to grow is walking away from what no longer serves you. Letting go of things, of past betrayals that have happened to you, past hurts that have happened to you. Okay, like some of you guys, like you've had the ultimate betrayals. Okay, you need to let that go. Okay, what you need to grow is walking away from the things that no longer serve you. That includes your own ego, because it could be blocking you. All right? You need to grow acting on your okay, with the your experiences. Okay, like some of you guys could be sheltered too much, which means you're indoors too much. So what you need to grow is going outside in the world and experiencing. And what I'm getting is it's not to, some of you could have had such bad experiences, okay, that you now no longer want to go out in the world and experience things. Like it's like you're trying to put like a shield around you, a bubble, okay? Like you're not putting yourself in a position to ever be vulnerable, ever get hurt, ever be betrayed. Okay, well, what the cards are saying is that it's not going to serve you. That's going to cause you harm. All right, that you're gonna do this to yourself. Okay, in life, bad things are gonna happen. All right, there's no good without bad, no bad without good. There's no up without down, no down without up. Okay, there's no happy without sad. Okay, there's no bad without good. Like you need all of them. Like it's unfortunate, but what you need to grow is your experiences, is getting out there. It's moving past what's happened. It's not being afraid to love again. It's not being afraid to start a new business again. It's not being afraid to start over again. It's not being afraid to move, okay, from a bad location to a good location. It's not being afraid to take on a new responsibility or a new job. It's not being afraid to learn knowledge. It's not being afraid to fail, right? Failure is inevitable, okay? But you learn and you grow through these failures, all right? It's not being afraid to have experiences, okay? This is optimism. This is hope, all right? Like, when bad things happen, you got to learn to alchemize that. It's not the end of the world. You're still alive. You're still breathing. Still got a roof over your head, all right? Like, you can regain anything that you lose, all right? And you need to grow an understanding of knowing that what's been removed from your life was removed for a reason, okay? And you need to definitely grow getting out in the world and experiencing and trying new things, okay? Because you don't know what you like until you try it, all right? Finding your passion and your desires, moving forward in that, okay? But making logical decisions. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helped you out. I will talk to you next month. Namaste, and have a fabulous month, you guys.